We are working with the With You in Mind stamp set by Stampin' Up. It has very large sentiments. It's very beautiful. And you voted for this. My card club members get to vote on the stamp set that we're using each month. So if you're a member, make sure you check your email because there's a new poll out for the stamp sets we're going to be using in the months of March and April. All right, if you're shopping with me using this site here, paperchef.stampinup.net, we have a celebration going on, and this is the current host code. It's always printed on my site, and if you enter the host code, you're going to get entered into my drawing. So that's really fun. I give out prizes all the time. I love giving out prizes. All right, for this one, I don't have an extra card made, but I do have an extra pack of boho blue cardstock. It coordinates with the Mediterranean Blooms Designer Series paper, which we're using this month. So you will get to see how to make the card bases, which I show every once in a while on my channel. And I also have really in-depth card making tutorials on the platform called Udemy. So if you like card making tutorials, whole courses which break down everything for you step by step, then be sure to check out my courses on Udemy. Now let's get the Simply Scored. And first thing we want to do, I'm sure there's a little, trying to find a little stylus. Here we go. Now, first thing I want to do is see what kind of card this is. It's going to be, okay, so it's going to be a horizontal card, right? So it goes like that. And you guys voted for this to be the first of the 4 cards. I'll show you the other cards later that we're making this month. So that's why we're making this. So because it's going to be a horizontal card, we're going to score it, this paper, right? This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. We're going to score it in the portrait format or vertical, like that. And we're just going to, it's 8.5 across, and we're going to just score down 4 1/4. Okay, so that's where the score line is. Now, I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to make 2 of these. I mean, I'm going to put this other piece back. Sometimes it's hard to get just one piece out of the package. So I recommend bending the paper a little bit like this to try to get it back in the package. And trying to slip it in the middle part because it's hard to get it back into the front or back of the package. But that's good that the packages are tight, and that helps keep it protected. All right, so my boho blue now needs to be cut in half. So we have scored it at 4 1/4, and now we're going to turn this over, and it's 11 inches across. So now I'm turning the paper, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it 5 1/2. Okay, now that is how to make the card base. And then what you're going to do is take anything that has a little edge, whether it's a little ledge, I should say. An edge or a ledge, same thing. And you're going to turn your paper. This is, because we scored down, that's a valley. And then you're going to fold up like a mountain, right? So you score down and then you fold up. And I like to use these corners of this Simply Scored to help get this edge burnished, and the card now is perfect. It's perfectly folded. It looks very professional. So sometimes people, I cringe when I see them go, just fold it with your hands. And I'm like, because you can just use a corner and it would be even. Even if I try to fold it with my hands, it's not even. Even when I'm teaching kids crafts how to fold, the kids how to do that. That's okay when the kids do it. You know, even when you fold a piece of paper in half, it's not going to be even unless you use a corner. Now, there's our card. So now we can go ahead and write that part. So this is if you're just joining in, we're in the February 2025 Card on Blue. Card on Blue is the name of my card club. Now, each month, we make something blue. We make at least one blue card, or I at least give you one piece of blue cardstock or an extra blue card or something. It's really fun. And you get a kit each month. It's $39. It includes shipping. You get things shipped to you, all the supplies you need to make 8 cards, plus some extra gifts and bonuses. And then every 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, every 6 months like that. The card club's been going on for more than 18 months now. Every 6 months, you get a swag bag. My mom makes the swag bags. So that's pretty cool. And they're, different things. Either start out with some Well, they always get like embellishments in your swag bag. First swag bag is more supplies. The second one is more Stampin' Up swag. It's really fun. Every bag is different. So here's what your card is going to look like. You have an 8.5 by 11 card by 5.5. So the card is 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. Okay, so you saw me cut it, but this is what the final card looks like. So now we're going to do layer, layer 1, and layer 2. All right, now I'll just bring this paper back in a moment. Now let's see. We have, I like when I find little rhinestones around. They make me happy. Let's see if I can find the measurements. Well, we'll just figure it out. We shall figure it out. That's all. I know what the first one is. So now let's take the Mediterranean blooms. It's really cool paper, and we're going to be using one side of it that has these blue patterns. So if you're thinking which one should I use, we're going to be using that for a different card. These are the different patterns. You're going to see the other side of it in a moment. Okay, that's a really big pattern. This is all I have left. I've sent out all the card club kits. So including those you are getting an extra bonus swag bag. Those got mailed last because my mom was making more swag bags. So what I'm looking for is this piece here. And it looks like it's going to be, 3 inches. So that's the piece. I just want to show you all the papers. And you're looking for the piece that has, so this is going to be a little extra border piece. And then you're looking for this piece that's blue, like so. And those are your 2 pieces that we're using for this card. First piece of the Mediterranean blooms is just taking this, and just keep in mind the pattern, I want it to be horizontal. So we will go ahead and cut that 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And I'll repeat that again when I write it on my paper. So that will be layer 1, like so. And I think I'll make an alternate card too, but I want to make sure when I make my alternate card that I'm not using anything else. Let's see. I might try to make an alternate. I want to use something I haven't used in my other designs. I think this would make a good alternate card. Still using the same little piece, this one for the inside. All right, so let's get back to this by 4 1/4. Okay. Let's double check over there. Okay, good. And if you missed my tutorials this weekend, I've done so many this weekend, but one thing yesterday that was really, really fun was during my celebration workshop. I have a celebration club going on as well. That was $39 as well, and that's over now. You can't sign up for that anymore. You can still sign up for next month's card club, but not the celebration club. But this is what we made, like on the fly, these cards. We made 3 different styles. I know there's like, this is the same card actually. Okay, so we made that on the fly. Lots of fun yesterday. So if you missed it, do check out that tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and make a second version of this card, only because I already have the boho blue already cut. I mean, the card's already made, right? And I make sure I have enough paper for my next card I'm making. Try to get in the habit of always making many cards. When you're making one, go ahead and make a few, right? It's easier that way. 3. I'm just putting all my extra pieces away. I tend to use the bags that I sent you. They seal pretty well easily. So just keep using them to put all your scraps in. And then eventually I just use up the scraps by die cutting them usually, and actually punching them out, die cutting them, and just making cards with them until I just have left little scraps left in smithereens. Oops, I meant to be 4 1/4. Okay, that was 3 by 4 1/4. So we will go ahead and attach our pieces. So we're just going to turn this over. And you're like, oh, look at that pretty side. Well, I did use the fruit on one of my cards, which I'll show you. I did use the orange side. But this card, I wanted it to be all blue. So that's why I came out with this. Kind of looks like wallpaper, doesn't it? The first time, believe it or not, even with all the blue in this paper, it's the first time since the card club started that I used this paper as one of my card club papers. And I'm really impressed with it because I didn't buy the suite. It's usually like a suite of products. Like whenever you have paper, usually, in the rare case was like take a bow, take a bow. That's it. That had like a bundle, not a suite. This one had a suite with it. So I want to show you what that suite looks like. It's in the annual catalog. Soon we'll be coming out with a new annual catalog. Let's see, Mediterranean blooms. And page 35, I'm just going to see where I can show you that. See? So this is a really cool suite of products. And it's called Citrus Blooms. And then you get the dies. Is part of the bundle. You save 10% if you buy the dies. Or you could just buy this paper. So because I hadn't bought this, I hadn't played with this paper that much. And I was like, really, really like it. Okay, so do check out that. And if you want catalogs, just look in here. I do charge for the bigger ones. These cost, I only charge a couple dollars, and it actually cost me like $6 to ship it to you. So really, I still lose money on the catalogs. And we also have to buy the catalogs. So I don't know if you know that Stampin' Up! Demonstrators buy the catalogs as well. However, I do charge just a couple dollars because too many people just kept asking for them as if it was like a game or something. Oh, free? Let me just ask. And then they were just having me send them catalog after catalog. And after a few years of that, I said, this is not a good way to run a business. I don't want to lose money. I want to make a profit, right? So I just charged. I'm still losing money on the catalogs, but not as much. I'm getting there. I still want to be generous because it is a marketing tool, our catalog. But everything you can also find online. So you could shop with me without a catalog. And so many products are just online as well. But anyway, I call that a catalog collector. When they just are like, they collect catalogs from all different people. And they just think it's fun. I don't know. It is fun to get Happy Mail, but keep in mind, you only really need one. All right, so I don't know. I'm liking both of these patterns. So now we're going to do this part. So we're going to take this. We're going to do the Thinking of You. And I made it all blue, but I made a really big stamp here. It's actually bigger than it is on the front. Look how big these stamps are. So cool. And then I used a little bit of boho blue with this little leaf and this little flower. And I just made a little pattern around there. Okay, so with you in mind, let's do the inking up. So always when you ink up something, you want to do the outside first because you don't want to mess with your pattern. So I'm going to open up the boho blue. And I'm just going to get this little brush here. Just get a blending brush, right? Put some ink on it. It's a lot of ink. Tap, 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 and just wipe some on your mat. And now we need the little die cut shapes. You were given the die cut shapes in your card club kit. I'm just going to take out some extras. It was in with the Daffodil Delight paper. Okay, sometimes just to not get things. Oops, as I said it, look, I just got ink right on my. I was trying to keep ink from getting on my thing, and it got right on there. But sometimes you can use your little, sticky note to hold down, so you don't get ink all over your edges. But that's okay. In the middle, it's all good. We'll still use that one. Let's get another one. I'm going to make a couple cards, so we'll do a couple. I'm just going to put this down. Okay. And what I'm doing is, because I got the first blob off, it's not as dark. This is a pretty dark color. It's one of our in colors. It goes with our Moody Mauve, Wild Wheat, Pebbled Path, Copper Clay. It's a very good like nature color. Natural tones. Okay, pretty good. And I'm just gonna keep inking up. I have a bunch of these shapes already die cut. This is called a deckled rectangle. And because it's already die cut, you know what I always say, mass produce, gotta make it. And last one. Nope, actually might be two more. Oh, let's make two more. Because I already have enough ink right there to make two more. Again, you see me trying to get the blob off on my glass mat because I don't want a lot of, like, super dark on the edges. Okay, let's see how that one came out. Pretty good. And this one is already inked up on the edge, so you just embrace it. Meaning, I'll just kind of do that along the corners more because there was already ink on that corner. Oh, I kind of like that, actually. I kind of like that better than the other ones. If you were following me this weekend, you saw a lot of things just kind of happen spontaneously here, and we come up with new designs. It's really fun, and I really love live streaming, so that's kind of what's different about my channel. If you're just new here, I do a lot of live stream crafting videos. I'm not into the whole, editing, pre-planning and editing. I do pre-plan my design, but I don't want to spend a lot of time editing videos. I'd rather just craft and get it all right out to you right away. All right, so I'm really liking that one, but we'll stamp that one last. And we're going to now use Night of Navy and Thinking of You. So just get a stamp, ink it up. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to put it flat side up. We could do that part last, but I had to do the edges first. So I'm going to get the Night of Navy, tap, tap, tap. And then, okay, I hope you guys know that's my host code. If you just got here later, host code is for when you're shopping with me. You get entered into a drawing. I'm just making sure that I have a good inked up image before I stamp it onto my paper. It looks pretty good to me. So Night of Navy is just better than using black because I was trying to go for like an all blue card here. So that's why I went with that concept here. Notice I'm tapping into my ink. I'm not pushing down into my ink. I'm tapping to re-ink a stamped image. Oh, I'm so happy with how these are coming out. Yay! All right, so that's good. Now we're going to have the little leaves, the little extra things on the sides. And you can go ahead and use your masking paper or just a sticky note, right? And all you're doing is just sort of making sure that you don't go, you could go over the top of your thinking. It doesn't really matter. But if you don't want to go over the word, then you just mask off the part to keep it safe. Better safe than sorry, as they say. Open up the Boohoo Blue. And now go ahead and get a little stamping block. So for this one, I'll stamp off. Meaning stamp off onto my paper first, right? So it's not super dark. Okay, now if you don't need to use a mask if you kind of know where you're going, but the mask does sort of serve as an extra place to stamp off, right? Wax on, wax off. Stamp on, stamp off. I'm just going to kind of put that over there. Okay, we're still gonna put the flower on it, but let's move that off to the side. Let's see what I'll put. I'm going to do the opposite here. I'm going to put this on the side. And then I'll put the other one on the middle. Okay, so you can see you don't really need the mask, but I'm just showing you how to use a mask. I like to give you different techniques when I'm teaching, right? So just things to think about. You might go, oh, I never really thought about doing it that way. And one more. Oops, wrong. Forgot to stamp it. All right, stamping on, stamping off. That one's done. I do love this little stamp though. So this little stamp, this little ink pad. So we're going to keep using it for this little guy because it's doing well. Okay. And now we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to do it with the flower. All right, so that's how you get your little effect there. Boho blue is the color. I'm trying to put that over there so it doesn't, nothing gets on it. Two more. Let's get rid of that one. Last one. Remembering to stamp on, stamp off. All right, now this one, I think it could actually use a little bit of these on the side. So I'm just going to go for a little bit extra like that. Since this is my favorite one, we're going to really do this one up with the extras on the side there. Now they can't all handle that because there's not like a lot of room. Like that one doesn't really have room for it. That one it worked fine for it. All right, so there we go. That's how to do it. This is how we do it. Let's put a little bit of I go through a lot of sticky notes in my house, as you can imagine. A lot of sticky notes. If I don't clean my glass mat, then I'm just going to end up with this whole, like, all this stuff will get all over the back. I'll flip these over to put dimensionals on them. And then the next thing you know, they'll be all over the front of the card. All right, since this is my favorite one, I'm going to definitely use this one. I'm going to go ahead and use 5 dimensionals. I'm going to put it on this card, and then I'll pick a separate one to put on the other card. Let's see. Okay, I mean, they're all really nice. So this is as good as the next one, so we'll use that one next. And then maybe by next weekend when I do the rest of these tutorials, then we can maybe show you, maybe I'll show you what I've done with these little guys. Who knows? So let's put these in the bag. I want to actually make sure I do have enough of the paper. Okay, it came out pretty good. And we're still got to add some rhinestones. And I want to say hi to you and show you the other cards. And that's it. Easy peasy tutorial today. And I'll finish writing the measurements. That's what's coming up. Or I wrote the measurements, I think. I finished writing. No, I didn't write the actual dimensions on the paper. And we're going to decorate with rhinestones, and we are going to show you what else we made with this month's Card Club kit. All right, so if you're in the Card Club, let others in the stream know about it so that they understand it too. I have not been advertising like I used to. I used to do a whole video what's in the kit. Now I've just been like making the kits and mailing them out, and I didn't get to make a video of what's in the kit. So I hope you guys can talk about that. That'd be nice. All right, let me say hi to Robbie Landon. Nice to see you. Elaine, nice to see you again. Peggy Dickerson, you did get this coming month's kit, or this month's kit. So it should be on its merry way to you, Peggy. Thank you for being a channel supporter, a YouTube channel member. Elaine, thank you for reminding people to like the video. And so if you're watching this live stream, which it looks like 29 are watching live, please hit the thumbs up for this video. I'd appreciate it. Diana Trout, nice to see you. You know what? This will be really good for the fire, those who are in a fire, right? Those who had any kind of like natural disaster happening to them, right? This is a good little card like that. So I think maybe I'm going to do one of these for that purpose. All right, so let's keep going. Lisa Acker. Hello, Christine Fullen. Nice to see you both. Deborah from New South Wales, Australia. I'm just putting some little rhinestones on here. The rhinestones do come in 2 sizes, so, you know, try to use some big ones and small ones. This one just happens to be small, the ones I grabbed. But the rhinestones make a nice added touch. So do you like the first? Let's do this. Let's put them in this order. Do you like the first one, this, or that better? There's just this, it's just 2 different patterns of paper. So this will be the original. These are the original. So this or the new one, that. I know they're very similar. No, I don't have those. I do Brother Scan and Cut, Charlene, courses, and I'll be doing a retreat soon. I do have Cricuts, but I don't do a course on it right now, because I have a lot of things going on. Do not have time to teach everything. I used to teach how to use the Cricut to many people, but now I'm pretty much teaching Stampin' Up! Products and the Scan and Cut. Lala's Crafts, hello Phyllis, nice to see you. And Christina, I hope you got your happy mail, your card club. All right, what I want to show you. Okay, Peggy says she likes the first design. I want to show you what else you can make with this Mediterranean blooms and the With You in Mind stamp set. And then what we're making next. Okay, so this is just a whole other way to go about it, right? This features the Best Wishes stamp, which is really big, the Mediterranean blooms paper, and some gold made into sort of a little ribbon, this gold banner, the gold foil. I didn't use actually any ribbon. I did send you ribbon that you can use with your cards this month, but I didn't use the ribbon on my cards that I sent you. Okay, this goes like that. Okay, and then we are going to be using 2 of the celebration papers. And it also has blooms. So this is Mediterranean blooms, and this is bloom impressions. Okay, so these are going to be 2 other cards we make, a thank you and a happy birthday card. And we're going to use the little butterflies on this one card. All right, so let me just finish this. So now you know what we're making, very easy. I try to keep the Card on Blue Card Club cards easy. All the shaker cards and things are going to be done with the other workshops I do. Like right now, I'm doing like a beautiful butterflies workshop series, and those have more coloring with the Stampin' Blends techniques, more embossing, more die cutting, shaker cards, fun folds, and a lot more things like that. And then to do real fun folds, like even major fun folds, I do online courses with that. So boho blue, I'm just writing the ink, and Night of Navy are the ink, and I'll write the dimensions up here and the type of paper so you can take a picture of this. All right, so layer 1 for this card is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Again, you're going to be using the Mediterranean blooms. Let's see. I wonder if there's 2 or 1 eyes. Let's see, make sure you spell that right. It's 1D, 1T, and 2 R's. All right. Mediterranean blooms DSP. Okay, again, your layer 1 is going to be 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then layer 2 is going to be 4 1/4 by 3 inches. Okay, again, layer 2 of the Mediterranean Blooms Designer Series paper. You're going to cut 4 1/4 by 3 inches. Eileen saying beautiful cards. And Diana Trout said she loves the scan and cut courses, and the retreat was super fun. I'm doing another one in April. I'm trying to do it the very first weekend of April. I just got to make sure that that date works for me. And I'm going to make it like spring, Easter type theme. So that way you can have lots of spring projects. Hi, Janice. So she likes the okay, she likes the one with the blue corners inked. So that would be this card. Well, no, they're both cards have the blue corners inked. Well, this one has it inked more. Okay, so you pretty much you're saying that you like the first card better. I kind of like this better too, right? The one with the inked corners better, but also the one with the smaller pattern in the background better. So Janice, I agree with Janice. And Peggy, that the first design is better. And yes, Phyllis, hello from Maryland. All right, so that is just something very simple you can do. And then just take all your scraps and make some extra cards with it. Okay, you can never have enough thinking of you cards. All right, that is, take your screenshot. I'm just gonna go like this and like this. So you can take your screenshot of the card that we just made. Boom, and move that up a little bit, like so. Move that back. And you have the with you in mind. Okay, so now I'm just trying to find my thing. Okay, so this is going to be going on this catalog up until the end of April, and then we'll have a new annual catalog coming out. So if you want this catalog, it's still time to send this to you. I'm not sure if I'll still be sending this one. Hey, I'm glad you made them along with me, Robbie. That's awesome. But this one here ends February 28th. So if you still want this and you ask me like very soon, I could send it out. But for the most part, I'm not going to be able to send this out in time probably because like it goes snail mail. But these are the free items you can earn when you spend $60 at my Stampin' Up store. So you get one item for when you spend $60. Like maybe you like that paper we used yesterday called the Fruit Salad Designer Series paper. Maybe you like the embossing folder that I was showing you. Like maybe this is another freebie item. I was actually going to design something with this next. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. So there's lots of free items to choose from. Maybe you like the brush brass butterflies or stamp sets like the seagulls. So if you like anything from here, then you spend $60 and you get these items for free, plus a bunch of items that were added recently by Stampin' Up. All right, well, that's all for now. Check all that out. It's on my website. And let's see. Vaughn Reese, yes. Cat cards. On cat cards? You said cat videos? Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by cat videos, but maybe it's short for something. But do you mean like cat, like meow? I guess there's something really cute. I did see something really cute coming out soon with some cats on it. So actually, it's really fun. It has something to do with one of the ones we're voting on for in the next couple of months. All right. That's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening. See you next weekend.